Understanding how to use be, being, and been can help you grasp the different aspects of English grammar, particularly when dealing with verb tenses, the passive voice, and continuous actions. Let's break them down individually. 1. Be is the base or infinitive form of the verb. It is used in various ways, including forming tenses, expressing conditions, and linking subjects to complements. Uses of be as an auxiliary verb to form tenses. In the simple future tense, I will be at the office tomorrow. In the imperative mood, be quiet. Giving an instruction or command. With modal verbs, I should be more careful. They might be here by noon. Linking verb, used to describe a state or condition. She is happy. Linking she to the adjective happy. Describes what something is. He is a teacher. Passive voice. The book will be published next year. The action is happening to the subject, but the subject is not doing the action. Examples: I will be there tomorrow. It is important to be on time. They want to be successful. 2. Being is the present participle form of be, and it refers to an action happening in the present or continuous form. It is often used to indicate ongoing action or a state of existence. Uses of being in continuous tenses, used with continuous forms of the verb to show that something is happening over a period of time. He is being rude. Right now, in the present, they were being watched. In the past, they were under surveillance. In the passive voice, continuous, the cake is being baked. Focus on the ongoing action, where cake is the object receiving the action. As a gerund, noun form, being honest is important. Here, being functions as a noun and means the state of being honest. Examples: she is being annoying today. Ongoing action in the present. The project is being managed by a new team. Ongoing action in the passive voice. Being a teacher requires patience. Using being as a noun. 3. Been is the past participle form of be. It is used in perfect tenses to describe actions or situations that started in the past but have a connection to the present. Uses of been, present perfect tense, used to describe actions that happened at an unspecified time in the past but still have relevance now. I have been to Paris. The experience of going to Paris happened before but is relevant now. She has been working here for 5 years. The action started in the past and continues in the present. Past perfect tense describes actions that were completed before another action in the past. They had been friends before the argument. The friendship ended before the argument. Passive voice, perfect tenses, the house has been painted. The house received the action of being painted. Examples: I have been to this restaurant before. Experience. They have been studying for hours. Action continuing. The report has been completed. Passive voice. Summary of differences. Be, used in infinitive forms, future tense, with modal verbs, and as a linking verb. I will be there. Being, used in continuous tenses or as a gerund, often referring to actions or states that are ongoing. He is being helpful. Been, used in perfect tenses or passive constructions to show completed actions or states in the past with present relevance. I have been to the store. Key points to remember. Be, the base form used for various tenses and conditions. Being, used for ongoing actions, continuous tenses, or as a noun. gerund, been, the past participle used in perfect tenses or passive forms. By mastering the use of these forms, you'll be able to communicate more effectively about different times, states, and actions in English. Difference with active voice. The difference between the active voice and the use of be, being, and been primarily lies in how actions are expressed in a sentence and who performs them. Active voice. In the active voice, the subject of the sentence is the doer of the action, meaning the subject performs the verb. Example of active voice: the chef cooks dinner. Here, the chef, subject, is performing the action of cooks, verb, on dinner, object, passive voice. In the passive voice, the subject of the sentence receives the action instead of performing it. The focus is shifted from the doer of the action to the recipient of the action. How be, being, and been function in passive voice. These forms are frequently used to create the passive voice, especially in different tenses, because the passive voice requires the verb to be followed by the past participle of the main verb. 1. Be. In passive voice, be is used to create the passive in simple tenses. Examples: present simple passive, dinner is cooked by the chef. Here, dinner, the object, is now the subject, and the action is being done to it. Future simple passive, the report will be written by the student. The subject, report, receives the action of being written in the future. 2. Being. In passive voice, being is used in the passive voice when referring to continuous actions. Examples: present continuous passive, the house is being painted. The subject, house, is not painting itself but receiving the action, ongoing, of being painted. Past continuous passive, the car was being repaired yesterday. The action of repairing was happening continuously in the past. 3. Been. In passive voice, been is used in the passive voice with perfect tenses. Examples: present perfect passive, the homework has been done by the students. The action, done, is completed and affects the present, with the subject, homework, receiving the action. Past perfect passive, the contract had been signed before the deadline. The subject, contract, received the action of being signed at some point in the past, before another past event. Comparison of active and passive voice with be, being, and been, active voice, the subject performs the action directly. Active with be, the manager will be at the meeting. Describes a future state of the subject. Active with being, he is being difficult today. Describes an ongoing state of the subject. Active with been, she has been working here for years. Describes an ongoing action that began in the past and continues. Passive voice, the subject receives the action, and the focus shifts to what happens to the subject rather than who performs the action. Passive with be, the document will be signed by the manager. Future tense passive, the action of signing will happen to the document. Passive with being, the documents are being reviewed. Present continuous passive, the reviewing is happening to the documents. Passive with been, the documents have been approved. Present perfect passive, the action of approving is completed, and the result is relevant now. Summary of active versus passive with be, being, and been, active voice, focuses on the doer of the action. The chef cooks dinner. Active, passive voice, focuses on the recipient of the action. Dinner is cooked by the chef. Passive with be, dinner is being cooked. Passive with being, in continuous action, dinner has been cooked. Passive with been, in perfect tense. Key takeaways: in active voice, the subject is the one doing the action; in passive voice, the subject receives the action, and the forms be, being, and been are crucial in creating passive structures. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you learned something new today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and press the notification to never miss new updates. Keep on learning. Have a nice day.